still fighting demons from the past. Some may be fighting them the wrong way with drugs and alcohol abuse, but others wake up and make the best of it each day, which is all anyone could ever ask for. One way or another, there was someone who helped us get out of the troublesome situation we were once in. Above all, we are survivors. A few years ago, I came across a Groucho Marx quote that it has been my motto ever since. Each morning when I open my eyes, I say to myself, I, not events, have the power to make me happy or unhappy today. I can choose which it will be. Yesterday is dead, tomorrow hasn't arrived yet. I have just one day, today, and I'm going to be happy in it. You see, I have come to realize that it was not my fault for the programming and environment in my childhood. However, as an adult, I am 100% responsible for what happens next, because otherwise I would be giving the power to my oppressors if I did not fix it. At the age of 14, my life as I knew it came crumbling down in front of my own eyes. I came to experience foster care for the first time, a concept of which I was oblivious to. I was the only child in my family to be removed due to physical, verbal, and sexual abuse. I finally had the courage to speak up about the abuse thanks to my tutors who encouraged me to take a stand. As a result, I was taken to the hospital and went through something I wish no child has ever to experience. But if I had never gone through these circumstances, I would have never met two very important people in my life today. I give thanks to God for Omar and Bethaya, my former tutors who have been there for me since I confided to them about the abuse. They ended up becoming my first foster parents after I had been at Polinsky Children's Center for a month. It feels weird putting that title on them since they were just tutors before everything happened, but it's thanks to them to who I am today. I learned patience, forgiveness, and what love was for a child. I never felt judged or that I had to hide my feelings. They allowed me to express myself freely and without fear. I was sad in the day I had to leave them because my social worker and biological parents thought I was being brainwashed. I found this to be one of the worst decisions ever made since I was in foster care. Though I understand the social worker's reasoning, I don't think she truly heard me when I told her that I didn't want to go back with my family. I believe she felt sorry for them because she would see the changes and efforts my parents were making to try to get me back. And even though I have to admit I could see my parents were trying to change, I also knew stepping a foot back in their house meant being attacked and being turned into the black sheep, which I had no intention of being. Yet, my social worker saw these as excuses my foster parents were putting into my head. She didn't see that I was doing well emotionally well, and good in my academics and in therapy sessions. She thought my attitude towards my parents would soften if I changed placements, so to my second foster home I will go. I tried my best to comply with my new foster parents and their house rules. Still, I experimented with drugs, ditched class, and didn't really care much for my sophomore year in high school. I was accused of being racist and a lesbian from my new foster mother, who I was supposedly placed because we shared the same religion, though that was not any comfort to me. Soon after, I was assigned a new social worker who placed me at San Pascual Academy, a residential education campus in Escondido that would be my home for the next 2 years until I emancipated from the foster care system. I met many people with a range of personalities while at San Pascual. Their attitude and character taught me to understand why some people act the way they do. They taught me to be patient and forgiving and to see someone not just for their appearance, but also for their soul. When I come across someone rude and disrespectful, I do not believe that is who they are. Rather, I see it as a person they become when they want to protect themselves from being hurt, because that is how they have been taught to fight their demons. When I graduated San Pascual in 2010, I reunited with Omar and Bethaya. I was so happy to be back with the family that initially showed me genuine love and affection and who helped me grow and persevere through my 4 years in foster care. To this day, I can't thank them enough for what they have done for me, and I know I can always count on them to be there for me. I'm not only thankful to them, but I'm also thankful to the Garcia family as well. Efrain, Irma, Jose, and Yuritsi. Who have done nothing but willingly can't see the words, treated me as their own child and sister over the years. I can't even begin to describe the immense gratitude that I have for you guys. Efraín, Irma, mi amor y agradecimiento por ustedes es inmenso que apenas lo puedo describir. Los amo con todo mi corazón. Joe, thank you for being that fun, loving brother. I truly appreciate your fun and weird advice. Yuri, what can I say? You have been more than a friend to me. You are my sister. When I was 19, I decided to move out on my own and discover what adulthood was really like. In August 2011, I moved to Oceanside to enroll in Casa de Amparo's New Direction transitional housing program. When I first arrived, I had no job. I only had my car, clothes, books, towels, and a blanket. I wasn't sure who I was going to turn to for help, since all my family and friends were in downtown San Diego. While they were only 45 minutes away, my pride and ego believed it would have been ridiculous to ask for help when I was trying to prove I could be an independent young woman. The day I moved into my apartment, I was pleasantly surprised to be greeted with the gift basket that had all the essentials one would need to get started: shampoo, washcloths, laundry detergent, utensils, plates, and cups, and other stuff among. I was so grateful for everything that Penny Hagler, the New Directions housing specialist, had provided. I initially thought, wow, how nice it is for all the transitional housing program to do this for the youth. I found out later that that was not the case. Many of my peers from other programs would often tell me that they did not always get the things that New Direction residents received through Casa de Amparo. The gift basket is where the idea of the moving kit came in to me a year later when I was interning with AB12 and extended foster care at San Diego County. I would often hear from my peers the struggles they had when first moving in and getting the very basic essentials such as shampoo, dish soap, or even toilet paper. That's right, even something as seemingly attainable as having toilet paper can be impossible for others. I thought it would be a great idea to share. I thought it would be great to share this idea with Alfredo Don, my supervisor at the county, and Omar Mijael, co-founder of Power of Change, a nonprofit dedicated to improving the lives of underprivileged children. I never really thought the idea would become reality. To my surprise, they answered back with enthusiasm and were very willing to help. With the support of several volunteers, about 260 of these boxes were able to be made. They are now being distributed to emancipated youth who move into their first own home and maybe struggling to get by. Ever since entering the foster system and receiving the help that I did, I made it my duty and responsibility to give back and say thank you in one form or another. Thank you to those who help foster youth around the world each and every day because they believe in us and see more than what a report has to say. That is why I want to do what I want to do. Casa de Amparo support helped plant the seed for this idea. I thank them all for the help they provided during my stay in New Directions. Throughout my stay, Penny, the program director Linda Sullivan, and advocates Jimmy and Shauna helped me out a lot. They were always understanding of my situation and very comprehensive in their assistance. Thank you guys. Through the past several years, I have had my struggles just like anyone else. Nevertheless, I am happy and consider myself rich with what I have been able to obtain. I know my calling is to help those who want to be helped and are in need, no matter their circumstances or situation. I am now 21 years old and on my way towards a bachelor's degree in human resources or psychology, and hope to become a social worker. It may take a while, but I know I will achieve my goal eventually. To paraphrase Eleanor Roosevelt, I can tell you that I gained strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which I stop and look fear in the face and am able to say, I lived through this horror, I can take the next thing that comes along. It empowers me each and every time. Thank you all for empowering children who have been abused or neglected by a donor to Casa de Amparo. Your commitment to end child abuse does not go unnoticed. You are truly champions for children. Thank you.
And that's why this work isn't sad, because that's what we get to see at the end of the day when we work with these kids and we